to expose the cover-up, but the cover-up had nothing to do with Saudi. It had everything to do with the United States of America, and that's why America became nothing more than a poster marching band for him and to make sure we locate his would-be so-called killer. But you know, everyone that knows the so-called would-be thrillers in which you watch on TV, you can pretty much tell who's really responsible for the situation because they're the ones that's pretending to want to catch that would-be so-called, and we might call them that, the perpetrator so bad, but they always watch and walk right past them, and somehow they miss it. Tells me something don't smell clean. Something smells a little fishy. He's right under your nose and you can't see him. You're shaking hands with him and you can't feel it. He's patting you on the back. He's sitting at the table with you, eating with you. You can't smell it. He's passing you. Every now and then you find yourself kissing the back of his hands. You can't taste it. Come on, you gotta be kidding. You have got to be joking. And at the same time, he makes a deal with you whereby it's one in which you just cannot pass up. It's just too good. Oh, let's see. You're going to buy how many missiles? 12 missiles, and you want to pay what? That's $3 billion per missile. Wait, let me count this up. Well, we're going to think about that because the last time we sold them to Israel, we only got it was only 1.5 billion per missile, and now we can get 3 billion. It don't take no rocket science to figure out what deal they're about to take this second time around, and that's what has been happening. So I'm not attacking any one person because you can't accuse your would-be president because the average president that you have sit in the White House has no clue what was going on. None. How many fathers can tell me now they know more about what's going on with the child than the mother can? Stay with me. See what I mean? A lot of people start looking around. Well, you didn't tell me what he was doing yesterday, and I just found it out. I know. You are not a indirect connection with him. I'm not saying no fathers are directly connected to their children. Stop that. Sit down. I'm just letting you know that you have not yet been totally indoctrinated into what's going on around the house. That's what happens to the president a lot of times. And I'm not making excuses for any of them. I'm just telling you, they don't know everything that's going on. Some of them never know. They be in the White House for 8 years and they don't know nothing. All they know is that I got to sign another bill and I got to smile and I got to wave because the people love me. That's all they know. They don't know who's making a deal with Iran. They don't know. They have no clue about the foreign affairs. And they're talking about their being what? Briefed every morning? That's all they're getting is briefed. They ain't been explained to. It's real brief. It's like, Mr. President, we just sold some weapons. And they're out. They don't tell him who they sold it to, how much they got for it, what was the going price. They don't tell him any of that. All he gets is we sold some more weapons. Well, how many was it? Mr. President, I got another meeting. I'll let you know that tomorrow in the next briefing. Right. That's how brief it's going to be for them, and that's how brief it's always. They get briefed on security all the time. You know how much the president knows about security? Nothing. I'm just calling it like it is. What do you mean? It's Joe Biden's fault what's going on down there on the border. He don't know. And if he don't take the trip with some of those of his would-be so-called staff, he's never going to know. They're going to go down there. They're going to see it. While they're down there, they're going to see just how bad it is. And you know what's going to happen? Before they leave the border, each one of them are going to get a check. Stay with me. I'm not talking about a check at the gate to tell them you can go back in or go back out. No, that's not the check I'm talking about. They're going to get some hush-hush money. And when they get back, the president's going to say, excuse me, Senator, then you go down to the southern border, or how's it going down there? Great, Mr. President. From what I've heard, it was, well, wasn't you down there? Well, I was down there for a short period of time, yes, and as I was able to observe, things seem to be okay. All right, well, keep me posted. I will do, Mr. President. He's out the door. I'm just telling you how brief his briefings are. I know, I've been around a few of them. I know exactly what they do in there. You being one of those guys that are wearing shades most of the time with an earpiece in your ear, with a weapon jammed down your back or keeps bugging you by nudging you in the side. And it does sometimes. It starts tapping on your side, and it's letting you know this guy is coming here. Well, anyway, I'm only messing with him. So I did have thoughts like that every now and then, and that's why I'm glad I got my mental evaluation prior to me coming off the job. I got it. I was okay. I was fine. Everything that I was thinking and feeling was normal. Well, at least that's what the psychiatrist said. So if it's normal for him, perhaps maybe he got worse thoughts than I had. I don't know what the deal was. Don't ask me how you passed the test. I don't know. Get passed by the psychiatrist because he got worse thoughts than you got about what to do. But anyway, I don't know. Figure it out. I'm saying this all to let the people know that right now you cannot find yourself jumping on board with who's right or who's wrong in that war. And that's what a lot of the would-be so-called celebrities are saying, actors. Well, you know, most of them, they've been acting all their lives, so who knows? They might not be telling the truth about some of the stuff they're feeling. They may just be acting. You know, they can cry in a moment's notice, you know. You can just hit the right note at the right time of the movie, and they're going to start crying. So I don't know. Maybe they are acting. I think some of them are genuine. I don't know. I think some of them are genuine with their crying. I think some are genuine about their thoughts. I think some of them are genuine about what they feel. I think some of them are really genuine. I do. I don't think all of them are bad just because they just so happen to be been given credit to have currencies and money that don't exist. I don't think there's wrong with that. They just been surviving, just like what you would have done, just like what you will do. The reason I'm saying all this is because, again, I say, I'm just cautioning the people out there who have already indexed. Those of you that are listening, do not protest. Do not. Do not march. Do not become those groups where there are unrest. Listen to me. Whether you agree or disagree, that's your business. All I'm telling you is stay out of the way because it's really, really heating up now. It's really heating up. I would tell you, be angry. Be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. Offer the sacrifice of righteousness and put your trust in Yah Allah, God of the universe. No, this is not my word. Stop it, dude. I know. I'm not going to give you some advice like that. I'm telling you this is the word. It comes from the book of Psalms. That is the 4th and the 5th verse of Psalms 4. I'm just telling you what it's all about. And it's right there in the book. All you got to do is read it. He's telling you what you should do. Why do you keep hearing me say that? That was Psalms book 4, or Psalms 4, verse 2 that I'm giving you. And I said, how long, O you sons of men, will you turn my glory to shame? How long will you love worthlessness and seek falsehood? That's the 2nd verse of Psalms 4. The 3rd is nothing more than, but know that the Lord Yah himself has set apart for himself him who is godly. The Lord Yah will hear when I call to him. That's verse 3 of Psalm 4. Verse 4 says, be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. The part that be saying, and be still and shut up. The shut up part is me. The be still, that's the verse. Stay with me. And the 5th, it says, offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in Yah Allah, God of the universe. I'm the one that's saying, shut up, sit still, be quiet, get you some popcorn, some brownies, some chocolate chip cookies. Get something that you like to munch on. Get you a favorite drink. Sit down and be quiet. That's me saying that part. But it does say, meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. That's the same thing. Oh, so you don't like the verse that you don't like the way I said it? Well, read the book then. I'm just telling you the way I think it should be said, because some people just don't understand when you tell them that. Can you just imagine me going to everybody saying, be angry and do no sin. Meditate within your own heart on your bed and be still. No, they don't get it like that. Not in my neighborhood. You got to tell them, sit down, shut up, get you some brownies, get you whatever you like to eat, whatever you like to drink. Just shut up for me, be still, and watch this thing happen. Okay, see, some of the brothers and sisters, they agree with me. They like that version of it better. But if not, read the book. My advice, my request. Read the book. Meantime, I'm going to take a short break.
Thank you, Joshua. All right, everybody, you should have a very clear picture. You're not indexed. You're going to be destroyed. There, did I say that? Did I say that better, sir? You're not indexed. You're destroyed. You will be destroyed. Period. So I don't know why everybody's been dragging their feet about indexing. Because the indexing is your protection. It's your safety. It's your restoration and redemption. Why is it some people run for the very thing that is so good for them? Why is that? I don't get it. When you tell somebody that it's a protection for them, that it's going to keep them from being executed, not only that, it's going to restore them financially through the Bathsheba and Esther Trust as a beneficiary. I don't get that. I'm not hearing anything bad in any of those things. And yet and still, many of you are dragging your feet, scared to death. Somebody's going to try to take something from you that you don't even have. No one wants anything from you. We got our own stuff. We don't need your stuff. What we need you to do is to get yourself indexed. You can go to our website, sovcpr.com. Soon, the updated information that's on there and being able to do things automatically on that website will be on the .org website as well. And we're really, really close to having everything up and running on the .com. But in the meantime, it doesn't slow you down. You can go right to the website. There's a tab at the top of the homepage on the .com site called indexing. There's 3 little drop-downs. Check each one of them out. It gives you your very simple instructions. We've added more information onto the homepage, including even explaining the ramifications of not indexing in a very detailed way. Long story short, you're dead. You don't index, you're dead. So I hope that's not any pussyfooting, sir. I'm trying to get better at it. But anyway, a lot of new information is on the homepage. There's a timeline of events where you can read and see all the documents that are embedded. The links are inside that document, where you can actually go to the documents and put everything together, check them out, and get yourself indexed. It's very simple. We need photocopies of the following documents: your birth certificate, your photo ID, and the last 4 digits only of your social. We are indexing everyone on the planet. So if you don't have a social, maybe if you're listening to the call and you're not indexed and in another nation, many of you have a national ID number or a national insurance number. That's the number that we're talking about. Because those are the informations that they're using. They use to put you in their system as collateral for their debt using that documentation. So we restore back your sovereignty by using the same documents they used to put you in to take you out. So if you're available, sir, I will go ahead and yield the call back to you.
The last time I heard the question, was I available, I almost got in trouble. But yes, I am available.
Okay.
Saturday too, believe it or not. You know, everything that you're doing is, I would say, is beautiful. It's beautiful. From around the world, you would be surprised. I know you get some contact with some of the people around the world, but, you know, it's overwhelming of all of the nations that is so, I would say, they're proud. They're so proud of what we're doing and the way we did it until, you know, words cannot express all the gratitude that we get, all of the praises we get. And I'm okay with that, you know, but I've been always one to say to them that I feel a great deal of respect for those that tell me no. I do. Those people who have rejected what I'm saying, I have a great deal of respect for them. I do. And I know I was speaking with a few of them that were actually saying no to me, and they asked me, well, why are you respecting us if you think that what you're saying is right? I told them because I respect you. For anyone to hear what I'm saying to them and see it as it's happening before their very eyes to say no, they got to be bold. You got to be of a person of some serious courage way deep down inside that you yourself don't even know about. For you to be willing to cast yourself in a bottomless pit to hell, you got to have some serious would-be so-called testicles. You got to. Because this thing has been going on now for a long time. I think back, I'd say 20 years ago. That's 2003, people. I think back. That's not that far back from a lot of us. However, there were children that were just born in 2003, and yet they feel very much lost to what's going on right now. The two people that were here 20-plus years ago, 2023 is now. That would have been 2003. You were here. You heard about it then, what was going on. 3 years before that, 2000, you heard about Y2K, and many of you were out buying batteries and buying canned food, buying all types of would-be things in which you believe that it could go through a would-be war, it could go through a battle. You were getting those things, gathering them up to survive. And a lot of you, 2000 came, you know what you did? All those batteries that you had saved up, you start putting them in headphones and headsets and radios and walking down the street. You just start wasting that power. Like, oh, we got past it. We don't need it anymore. You start sitting back, opening up all those cans of peaches and pears and greens and corn. You start opening it up, leaving it sitting on the stove, still in this would-be so-called container. You didn't even take it out of the can. You just opened the can, sat it on top of the stove, and left it there. Came back, oh, okay, I gotta dump it. And some of you are still doing that. It's like you done lost your mind. I said that part. That comes from my grandmother. Boy, you open that can and let it sit there like you done lost your mind. I'm just trying to help y'all out so you can get a visual, okay? Because that's what's happening. That's what happened to a lot of the Americans. They believe that they have gotten past what we're going through right now. Because Y2K came and it left, and they didn't feel any different. How many of you just had a birthday? Possibly you turned maybe 85 years old. You may have turned 25. You may have turned 15. You don't feel not one day older, do you? But you are. You may not feel it, but you are. Let me help you out. I'm talking to you in this manner because I can assure you there is nobody else on this planet that's going to come sounding like he's your old grandfather or your old father or some would-be so-called guy that got everybody's concern in there. He just got he's concerned about everything and everybody. He sounds like an old gripey would-be. I had an uncle like him. My dad was like him. Always sound like he mad about something, yelling at us, get this together, fix that. Somebody's got to do it to you. Somebody's got to be that guy. Can't everybody be nice? Can't everybody be a Barack Obama? He kiss up to you, love you. Oh, it's okay. Come here. You can be same-sex marriage. It's all right. Kiss your boyfriend right in front of me. Don't do it in front of me. I'm telling you right now, I'm not a homophobic. I'm homicidal. Don't kiss your boyfriend in front of me. I'm telling you. If y'all don't want to be Siamese twins walking away from me by head or body, don't do it around me. Leave me alone. I'm just being straightforward with you. No, I would not have agreed to that. Congress wouldn't have been able to get me to agree to that. Majority or no majority. It wouldn't have been able to get me to agree to that. Not as the president, I wouldn't have signed off on it. Not going to happen. We have to be truthful about who we are. Everybody's angry now with Donald Trump. If he is part of the white supremacist would-be so-called group, he's living up to it would-be so-called. There you go. His creed and his oath, right? You can't get mad at people like that. That's why I don't get angry from the people that tell me no. I was once told a long time ago by one by the name of LeBlanc. He told me, LeBlanc was his real name. It's a French name. He told me, he said, you have to be able to first accept all of the no's and it enables you to do one thing. That's to be able to appreciate the essence. He said, if you accept all the no's, you'll be able to appreciate the essence when they do come. And I have to tell you, I feel good about that. So that's why I'm able to accept all of the no's that I get. And I appreciate you yeses out there. Not because of me, because I know that you want to save yourself. You want to be saved. You don't want to be lost. That makes me feel great inside. For you, not for me. I'm not going to get anything out of it. No, I don't get a check for this, for the guy in the back corner that keeps raising it. I do not get paid to do this. No, I don't. I just do it because it's the right thing to do. right now in the United States of America is sitting down in meetings trying to decide what they're going to do with your money. Your money, not their money. We the people hold these truths to be self-evident that all men were created equal, and that's why we all have decided to put all our money in one bank account where we all can use it at the transgression of helping other nations. I know some of you get mad by hearing that, but I'm telling you, that's the way it's working, and that's what's going on right now. They're using your money to support other nations fighting in wars and battles while you yourself are starving to death at home. And this is what some of the congressmen are bringing to their attention, but they're not saying it like Dr. Henderson is saying. They listen to me. They repeat what I say, some of them in their own way. Whereas like that one doctor is saying out there that everyone is not supposed to speak his name because he's unknown. It's like he said, we got to look at this thing from a standpoint that our children are starving to death. And the oath that we took when we said we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men created equal, we also said that we did this for our families and for our loved ones that were here in the land. And it seems to me like we violated that oath, and we somehow have just forgotten about our people that are here. And we're thinking about the people abroad, but not the people that are here. That's what some of them are saying. They're saying exactly what I'm saying. They're just putting their own words. But I'm a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. But they just so happen to be your senators. They just so happen to be your House speakers. They just so happen to be your presidents and your vice presidents. They just so happen to be your congressmen from North Carolina and your congressmen from Georgia. They just so happen to be your governors and your mayors and your city councilmen. These are all the people that you have placed your special trust in, and all of them together is doing nothing more than where you have placed all your money into the same bank account with everybody in America. They're using your account to support wars. That now those people that they have supported with all of your funds, where they have bought nothing more than fuel so they can drive or fly their weapons to America, now they're coming and they have all of the power on their side because you paid for it. And they still want you to do one thing for them: gun control. Yeah, I'm just giving it to you. Listen, yes, there's a lot of the good senators out there that's listening to me. They hear this, and that's why they're so against gun control right now, because they keep hearing Dr. Henderson make that statement. They've done all of that. And all these armies are surrounding you now. They got flamethrowers. They got grenade launchers. They got missile launchers. They got defense missile launchers. Offensive missile launchers. They got all of this. And the majority of it, they got it from you. And all they couldn't get from you, they bought from the other nations because you gave them the money. You gave them the finance. You gave them support backing. I'm just telling you. Ukraine is losing the war right now. Do you know that we gave Ukraine, I say we, because I have to admit that we here, and nobody said anything against it. We're just quiet. Shh. They just sent Ukraine, they sent them $400 billion over less than a year time. And you want to know something? Ukraine went out, they spent almost $3 billion of what they say they spent, because they really haven't even found the money yet. But they say that they spent $3 billion to the other nations doing nothing more than getting aircraft from France. They said that they even bought some aircraft from Israel. They said they bought some aircraft from them. And that's why now they're really worried about the war. They're now realizing that we're not going to be able to get any more aircraft from Israel. We're not going to be able to get any more defense missiles from Israel. We're not going to be able to get any more drones from Israel. You know why? Because they got to use it for themselves. And Israel has been a little bit more smarter or wiser than America has, because Israel has kept theirs. America didn't. They sent everything. Well, we got to hurry up and get them out of this mess. Joe Biden and the crew. No offense to him, but I keep saying he don't know what's really going on. He's just following his would-be Congress. He's just following his advisors, and they're not telling him the truth. So he's saying, okay, well, go ahead. If you guys saying that they'll be out of this in a week, how much is it going to cost us over the week? Oh, well, sure, that's going to be $1.5 billion. Well, and they're going to be out in 7 days. Okay, well, bring it here, let me sign it, and let them know we will not go past 7 days. Now it's been 616 days. And he's still saying, well, I thought somebody told me it was only going to last for a week. Who told you that, Mr. President? I don't know, one of you. He can't remember their name. They all got on name tags. It's an American flag. Have you ever noticed that they wear the American flag on their lapel, but they don't have no name tag on? I'm only giving it to all of the interns. They got name tags. And if you go there as a visitor, you're going to get a name tag. The senators don't wear name tags. They don't want you to really know who they are unless you saw them on TV and remember what they look like. You're not going to know who is who. And most of them come in with nothing more than some straight button-down shirt and a pair of khaki jeans and some dirty shoes like he just walked out of somebody's garden. So you don't know who he is. Stay with me. I'm just giving you the facts. And they all are spending your money. They call you a taxpayer. That's the credit you get. Well, the taxpayers, House Speaker, the taxpayers have decided they're going to at least let us have $4.5 million for this year, and that way we'll be able to fund all of the would-be other nations that's needing support in the area of defense. That's the way they be talking to each other. The taxpayers have promised us. And you all sitting out there on TV with your ears perked up, and you're looking around the house and all around like, who is these taxpayers and where they at now? You're one of them. That's your bank account that they're using. Then you're mad because you only got $1,000 back in your so-called would-be income tax. That's all they had left. They spent the rest of your money. $6 billion left, and you got $1,000 of it back in your tax return. So be quiet. Stop crying. The lady in the corner said, well, you got something. I didn't get nothing. Stay with me. God Almighty. Why do the people rage? Why do the nations rage? Why do the kings of the earth set themselves, the rulers take counsel together against Yah, God of the universe, and against his anointed one? All because they're bringing the people the truth. And the people don't really want the truth. They're asking for the truth, but they're begging for a lie. Don't tell me the truth. Just give me the lie. I don't want to hear the truth. If you tell me the truth, that means I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to have a responsibility to help fix this lie. I don't want to have to help fix the lie, so just tell me a lie. So I can just help support the lie. That's all I have to do. I'm just saying that's what's going on. Don't get angry with me. No, I'm not about to support the lie. I got to tell you the truth. Yes, it brings about some repercussions, but it is what it is. Someone has to do it. Somebody has to flex every now and then by telling the truth. Simple as that. 1 October. 1 October. That's a date. 2000. 1 October. Major acts was taking place in the United States of America. 1 October 2000. Major act was taking place. It was a physical year of 2000, and they was preparing themselves for the year of 2001. And the world remained asleep. The world was dying in 2000. 1 October 2000 came. The new physical year for 2001, and the world remained asleep. Sleeping in a dying world. The people were sleeping in a dying world back in the year of 1993. The reason I know that is because I bought them a message in 2000. In 1993, I bought them a message. The same message I bought back to them in 2000. That was a message that I had heard Dr. King speak many times, talking about the people sleeping in a dying world. He called it during the time of Paulinian time. A Paulinian time. He was talking about a biblical time. And I remember him talking about sleeping in a dying world. So in 1993, I decided to speak to the world about sleeping in a dying world, but breathing life back into that dying world. I began to talk to them about that. I know my message was heard because a little after that time, maybe roughly 4 or 5 years after that, I had the opportunity to sit and speak to a lady by the name of Coretta Scott King. And I know her daughter's out there now, Bernice, and she's very angry with a couple of actors that saying that her father would have possibly been behind, or he would have been in agreement to the bombing that's going on now against the Palestinians. And I would tell you, I would have to agree with Bernice. I don't believe that her father would have been a part of that. I don't think he would have been in agreement with that. But in fact, I know he wouldn't have been. Because after meeting his wife, her mother, and she telling me then about my ambition, to speak to the people in a manner that she believed that at some point in time they were going to have to hear me just like they heard her Martin. She has said, make sure that you don't allow it to be too late. And I agreed. And I also assured her it won't be too late. And I was talking about breathing life back into the dying world, in which Dr. King was talking about the world sleeping in a dying world at a time period when everyone has to remain awake. And I said, well, I don't know if they're going to be remaining awake, but I do believe after they die, I can at least be able to be there to breathe life back into them. I have to first check for responsiveness. Yes, make sure, see if they're really there first. Then I had to clear the airway, making sure there's no obstacles in the way whereby they will be able to at least know that I'm there. I had to clear the airway. Then if I can just get them to tilt their head back in a motion where I'm going to do it, all they got to do is just remain lying there. I would tilt their heads back. I'll make them proud of what's about to come and what's happening. I can do that. I can make them tilt their head back. Now that I got them in a position where, I've checked for responsiveness, and there's the weak pulse there. I know it's there. I done cleared the airway. I know there's no obstruction there. I got their head tilted back now. I'm going to just lightly place a little pinching on their nose here where my father touched it and he put it together. And I'm going to do what my father did. I'm going to breathe into them. Stay with me. I believe I can put this breath back into them. I believe I can make dead bones, dry bones. I believe I can make them live again. This is the moment when I have to slow it down in the United States. I have to start looking to the hill for which cometh my help, for all my help coming from Yah Allah, God of the universe, my Father. I have to begin to start looking to that hill, and that hill is sitting right outside my window right here. I can see it. No, you can't see it. Only I can see it. See, out there is a little candle that is burning. It's burning bright. He's beckoning for me. He says, we're not finished breathing yet. We got a few more to still bring back to life. So I got to go. I got to go get with him. Candle's burning even brighter when I say that. Remember, when my candle's burning bright, it tells me I still got a little bit of light left in the day. Remember, man must work while it's still day, for a night coming, no man can work. Darkness all over the world right now, but mine is lit all up around me. So I'm going to go and get with my Father for a little while. Yes, I got all of you in mind. I got all of you in heart. I got all of you in spirit. Everybody, one mind, one heart, and one spirit. I'm going to go get with him. But just after you get some rest. Don't worry about it. I got the night shift. I got the overtime shift. I'll get paid for it. I love it. It's for you and me. So for me to you tonight, I said, get you a little bit of rest. You're going to need it. It's getting darker. And our old dragon, he ain't going to leave us alone until I terminate him. I got you covered. Go ahead, get your rest. Don't worry about it. Sleep tight. Peace and love. Nightfall.
Thank you, Joshua. And thank you, family, for joining us. We will be with you Friday evening at the same time. In the meantime, I've looked outside my window and it's dark. I'm definitely about to go horizontal. I've got a big day tomorrow and an early morning rising. So take your opportunity, family. Grab up that sleep. Build yourself up. You're going to need it. We love you, family. And we leave you with John 17:14-17. I, Yahushua, have given them your word, Father Yah, and the world has hated them. Because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by your truth, Father Yah. Your word is truth.